So, students of class 6, the same lesson, the flying machine. In the previous presentations, I have discussed many things about this lesson. Now, the remaining part of this lesson, with that I have come up in this presentation here. But there are times, said the emperor, more sadly still, when one must lose a little beauty if one is to keep what little beauty one already has. I do not fear you yourself, but I fear another man. Now the king is telling that he doesn't fear this man, and he fears another man, and he is actually thinking about not losing the beauty they already have. What man? Some other man who seeing you will tomorrow build a thing of bright papers and bamboo like this. But the other man will have an evil face and an evil heart, and the beauty will be gone. It is this man I fear. Then the emperor is telling that, being inspired by his machine, another man will make a similar flying machine, and he will have an evil face and evil heart, and he will do something evil. Why? Who is to say that somebody someday just such a man in just such an apparatus of paper and reed might not fly in the sky and drop huge stones upon the Great Wall of China? Said the emperor. Now the emperor was worried about the safety of of his kingdom and the people, and he was thinking that another man who will have an evil heart will make a similar flying machine and will be dropping huge stones on the Great Wall of China. No one moved or said a word. No one, whoever were there, no one moved nor said a word. Off with his head, said the emperor. The executioner, while his silver rakes, burned the kite and the inventor's body and buried their ashes together, said the emperor. The servants retreated to obey. Now, the final order of the king to behead that uh, inventor and burned the kite and the inventor's body and their ashes to be buried. So they were going to obey the order. This much is there in this slide. Let us move on to the next. So here it is. The emperor turned to his servant who had seen the man flying. Hold your tongue if it was all a dream, a most sorrowful and beautiful dream. And that farmer in the distant field who also saw, tell him it would pay him to consider it only a vision. If ever the word passes around, you and the farmer die within the hour. So with this warning that not to disclose whatever they had seen, the farmer and this servant, he warned them not to disclose whatever they had seen, to take it as a dream, most sorrowful and beautiful dream. So you are very merciful emperor. The emperor, this is what the servant is saying. He is saying that the emperor was very merciful. Not merciful, said the old man. Beyond the garden wall, he saw the girls burning the beautiful machine of paper and reach what smelled of the morning wind. He saw the dark smoke climb into the sky. No, only very much bewildered and afraid. Now, the old man is saying that he is not merciful, but he is bewildered and afraid. Now, he saw the gods digging a tiny pit wherein to bury the ashes. What is the life of one man against those of a million others? I must take solace from that thought. Now, why the emperor had done that? To save millions of people living in his kingdom, and he sacrificed this one man, the inventor, for the sake of millions. That is the uh, consolation that he had for his action. He took the key from its chain about his neck and once more wound up the beautiful miniature garden. He stood looking out across the land at the great wall, the peaceful. Now he again took out that key from his about his neck and once more wound up the beautiful miniature garden that he had created, and he stood looking out across the land at the great wall, the peaceful. Now here the slide comes to an end. We have to move on to the next to complete the things. Here the town, the green fields, the rivers and streams. This is what he was looking. His side, the tiny garden, white, its hidden and delicate machinery, and the set itself in motion. Tiny people walked in forests through a sun-speckled glades, and among the tiny trees flew little bits of high song and bright blue and yellow color flying, flying, flying in that small sky. Oh, said the emperor, closing his eyes, look at the birds, look at the birds. Now, he was watching all this in his miniature garden that he had created. The people there, then the people who walked through that forest and the glades, sun-speckled glades, and the song of birds, and the birds flying in the sky. So he was actually telling to look at the birds, look at the birds. He was amused by the sight of the flying birds. So here the lesson comes to an end, and we will be moving on to the next lesson. In the next slide, next presentation, you will be getting to know about the new lesson. Till that time, I would like to say bye to you. Thank you.